Choso. I was asking what the fuck was going on with Choso. We're finally back to this. Not what I've expected from the penultimate episode. Get back to. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back again with another episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. We are on the penultimate episode, which again, I think I brought this up at the end of last episode, indicates to me that I have no freaking idea what cliffhanger this show is going to end on. Because it seems to me it's obviously going to end on a cliffhanger. We have too many hanging threads for the show to possibly finish what started here in Shibuya. Or maybe it will finish Shibuya, but it will clearly in no way finish what it started setting up with Shibuya. The little kid-looking character, that meets with Sukuna when Sukuna is out free. We have no idea what interaction happened between those two, even though that kid character has been around since season 1. Um, there's the element that all of Ghetto's people are basically dead, except I think I keep calling them Lori, and then I was looking at the character ranking thing I was setting up. I was like, their name's not Lori, their name's something else. Anyway, they're still around. I guess all the other people are dead. The curses are dead. I guess they're going to get reborn at some point, but, whatever. They're dead now. They're dead for right now. I mean, even Yuji, I think, focuses on that for a minute. Every time you get reborn, I'll be there to kill you. My boy lost his hand, possibly even the hand I'm using to gesture at him on my overlay. Not that it seems to stop him that much, because granted, he says, like, applause comes from the spirit or something. Like, he redefines it so that he can clap his stump. There's an element here that's lost in the fact that I use a push to talk because I do too much noise for a noise gate to defeat. So I can't raise the hand up above the push to talk button. So when I gesture, you might not have realized I was making it clapping with a stump. Yep, see, this just looks weird. You have no idea what I'm doing down here. But this is a clap with a stump thing. Anyway, point being that my boy lost his hand. And granted, I was actually spoiled to the idea that he would lose his arm, and it turns out that it was actually Nabito, I believe was his name, who lost his arm. So I was thrown for a second, and then here, the penultimate episode, he lost his hand. Granted, though, we still got, acid trip, mental visions of what was going on in Toto's mind. So, win in some respect. Also, he's not dead, which is always a win. I guess we can, like, I don't know. I don't know if you could, like, put God, the word's not coming to my head. A fake hand. Fake hand. We put a fake hand on. Like the golden hand that they had in Game of Thrones. Just like open palmed hand so he could both slap people and clap. Maybe that'd work. Either way, I don't know what happens to him after this. The last thing, though, that we got left off on was, I think, Ghetto in the Brain showed up after Yuji had killed Mahito temporarily, once again, because, again, I think the impetus is that the curses will always come back because they represent very specific things that are always existing. It's very much a Chainsaw Man scenario, right? With fears, or yeah, I can't remember. When we were watching Chainsaw Man, I was bringing up the other idea of, I don't know, incarnations in Incarnations of Mortality. That they represent something so base that they always exist. But yeah, and I believe that the thing that I was talking about there is the fact that I don't know how Ghetto could possibly fight Yuji. Especially because it seems like Ghetto has used up all of his cursed spirits. And he doesn't have that thing, which I'm forgetting the name of, that depowers you in certain ways, but it raises your physical stats in other ways. The trade-off thing. But I guess there's also the element that Yuji is like fucking drained. Not much I feel like Yuji can do anymore either. Especially because he looks so fucking badass now. I think I commented on this during last episode. The fact he got his like cheek ripped right open. So he's got like the Joker scar incoming, where his like mouth is all open over here. It's very badass looking. Like if he looked like that way for the rest of Jujutsu Kaisen, amazing. Chef's kiss. It's great. Otherwise, let me just make sure I'm not forgetting something here. No, okay. Alright. I think otherwise I'm gonna be rambling for a bit here. I think we're gonna go into this. If I've forgotten anything, I'll bring it up as we go and then have discussion at the end, because I always seem to have discussion at the end. So let's go ahead, dive in, and see what's gonna happen in the penultimate episode of season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Giant hole that Sakuna made. Apparently, oh yeah, that's right. Jogo's meteor. I forgot about that. Not for nothing, but the rest of the city didn't get destroyed. Where's emergency services right about now? In fact, where's anybody? Oh, it's just leaning towards the idea that sacrificing him if he got out of control. Yep. I mean, exactly. I think I was literally just discussing this in a response to a Gundam Seed Destiny post. And the relationship gets a little bit weirder every time. How did you get out of... Very much got themselves out of the realm of the whole fight real quick. She talking to a biker girl? This really much feels like an Akira situation. Choso. I was asking what the fuck was going on with Choso. We're finally back to this. Not what I've expected from the penultimate episode. Get back to.
虎杖裕二、お前は何者だ。知らなければ俺は
Yeah, why the fuck are your memories of him instead of your actual brothers? Your other brothers.
助けてあげようか、真人。今受け取って返せ。五条先生返せ。ナマズが地震と結びつけられ怪異として語られたのは江戸中期。地中の大ナマズが動くことで地震が起こると信じられていたんだ。
Got quite a bit bigger than it was a minute ago.
何が起こった。落ちたと思っただろう。傍から見れば君が勝手にひっくり返っただけなんだがね。呪霊操術の強みは手数の多さだ。準1級以上の呪霊を複数刺激し、術式を解明攻略されようとまた新しい呪霊を放てばいい。もちろんその間を与えずに畳みかけるのもいいだろう。
Also, there's an element of how is Megumi's ability any more powerful than Geto's? Other than the fact that Megumi Ace can combine the abilities together.
去年の百鬼夜行、新宿と京都に戦力を分散させなければ勝っていたのは乙骨ではなく彼だったろう。君には関係のない話だったかな。返せ。我ながらさすがと言うべきか。少なの器。
Oh, talking about the movie.
タフだね。
知ってたさ。だって俺はお前らから生まれたんだから。
Did Mikito just, like, try to take out Geto, or Brain, rather? Unexpected. I mean, I already thought Mahito was dead, so no sympathy for literally the worst of them.
続けようか。これからの世界の話を。
Legit thought he was about to swallow it. Seen too many anime. Yeah, I mean, I'm still... Okay, things in the order that I remember them. My, who is she talking to? For my first thought, I literally thought she was talking to, when I say Bicycle Girl, I mean the one that inspired Toto to start everything, but also she's the one that talked to Geto back on the bench and, like, took no sides in anything. Or I think she even propositioned the idea that, you know, getting rid of normal people would get rid of cursed spirits, or I don't exactly remember her major indication. But she's for some reason the one I feel like would be on the other side of the phone. Because it seems to me that, you know, feels like she's behind a lot of stuff, even though she's not directly controlling anything. And honestly, my second thought was maybe she was talking to Geto, forgetting for the fact that Geto was on the field. And yes, I'm still calling him Geto, even though he's Geto in the brain. I don't know why Mahito launched at Geto, though. Like, Geto-san, should I save you? And Mikito was like, ah, now you're distracted.
極の番というものを知っているかい？領域を除いたそれぞれの術式の奥義のようなものだ。呪霊操術極の番渦巻き。取り込んだ呪霊を一つにまと
Goddamn
め
you, Naruto.
超高密度の呪力を相手へぶつける。何を笑ってんだよ。いや、すまない。急にらしいことを始めてしまったなと思って。渦巻きの話だったね。
I guess Geto or Brain in Geto's body is very much similar to Sukuna in Yuji's body. Two people riding a guy.
ただの低級呪霊のリサイクルだと思っていたからね。でも違った。その進化は準1級以上の呪霊を渦巻きに使用した時に起こる術式の抽出だ。
Oh, I was right. I thought he was gonna swallow it. He did swallow it. I wonder what would happen if Brain put himself in Yuji's body while Sukuna was still there.
私が気づかないと思ったのかい。合図。標的は西宮の真下。
Well, two things. This does answer one other question. I said I didn't think Geto could fight Yuji. Geto beat Yuji up. But also everyone else is still here.
狙撃銃か。いいね。私も術師相手であれば、通常兵器は積極的に取り入れるべきだと思うよ。
Good, why not? It makes
ミニ
sense.
バスでキャプテンをやっていたあの頃は、よくお母さんが髪を黒く染めてくれてたっけ。中学で師範と出会って、刀どころか木刀も竹刀も握ったことないくせに呪術師になることを選んだ。ひたすら刀を振るった。
Oh,
お
blue
母
hair
さんの
girl,
負
right?
担になりたくなかったから。
Forgot the voice. But the story makes
ひた
sense.
すら刀を振るった。死にたくなかったから。新影流乗せる。今までの全てとこれからの未来を。もう二度と刀を震えなくなってもバットン。
Not particularly quick, your quick draw.
Goku no ban. Uzumaki.
That's some creepy ass shit.
新影か。よかったよ。少しはうんちくがあるやつが来てくれて。
日下部さん、先生が前出てきちゃ意味ないでしょ。仕方ねえでしょ。
Hey, where'd she come from? We saw he was on the scene, and her in the air.
いいんだよな。
ただ先輩。
よかった。戻ったんだな。
あの男が五条悟を獄門鏡を持っているのか。
らしいぜ。あんな郊外持ち歩いて何が楽しいんだか。
何者だ。
側はゲトをすぐる。中身は知らねえよ。
Still regrettable. Geto was one of my favorite characters. Now he's this. 。
やあ長宗。あいつは
俺には3人の親がいる。母
So
を
going
孕
back
ま
through
せ
your
たジュレ、
weird memory?
そしてその間に血を混ぜた。母をもてあそんだ。憎むべき。
気づいたようだね。
When did you have a mustache?
カモノリトシや。
Oh, the brain.
ノリトシ、私。
何？どういうこと？
カモ家の汚点、史上最悪の術師。本当ならゲトウの中身は150歳を超えてることになるわよ。
It's kind of a weird thing to be pulling out when we know how old Sokuna is. Like comparing the age of really old. So not for nothing, but the brain would be bad.
カモノリトシも数ある名の一つに過ぎない。好きに呼びなよ。
Sorry, there was a weird tangent for this part of the show. If you've ever seen Heavenly Delusion, this is a conceit that we brought up in Heavenly Delusion, the idea of brain transfer and how old the brain can get before it becomes worthless.
ごめさんした。これ以上私を待たせるな。
どけ！俺はお兄ちゃんだぞ。
God, I can't wait for Heavenly Delusion to get a second season. While we're in tangent, they're playing Monopoly, aren't they? No? Okay. Life, that's right, they were playing Life.
血のつながった弟たちの異変はどんなに遠くにいようと感じ取れる。弟が死んだ。死、それは生物にとって最後にして最大の異変。俺はあの時眼前で虎杖裕二の死を強烈に感じ取ってしまったのだ。
This weird thing.
血のつながった俺の弟。
Like, does this have something to do with the grandpa storyline that didn't go anywhere and hasn't been explained yet?
ならば俺は全力でお兄ちゃんを遂行する。赤血操術？なんて圧力だ。
早い。これが鮮血。
Is the other guy going to be learning from this since he's watching it? And his own power set is like similar? Dude's gonna run out of blood before he's done this. Is the military ever going to arrive? Like, I know it's not the focus of the show, but seriously. Say, if this was Dead Man Wonderland, Choso would have passed out a long time ago. That's a... It's a cleverest word I want to use with weird use. I think the funny element here is that it's constantly third parties attacking Geto. If they all like teamed up, they could take him, but they're all parties that would fight one another, so they're not.
他人どころか一回殺されかけてるよ。
東堂といい、ヤバいフェロモンでも出てるんじゃないのか。
It's funny. Yuji is somehow part of a bunch of people's families. Ah, fuck it, man. Sukuna seems to have sealed his, or healed his cheek. Ah, the cool Yuji look is already gone.
光呪法下なぎ
氷の術式しかもなんてハイレベルな下手に動けば体が割れる
殺すなよメッセンジャーは必要だ全員生かす理由になるか
That's interesting.
呪術のスケールが段違いだ帰りて
この程度の氷責任躍動
どの程度だ
They would say it's not doing nearly fast enough.
誰の体だと俺だけ氷結が甘かった少な関連だな味方でいいんだな
違う
あ
俺はお兄ちゃんだ
真面目にやってくんねえかな
とりあえず一回呼んでみてくれないかお兄ちゃんと
It's like a weird inversion on the Naruto thing, where everyone becomes Naruto's ally by the end of the fight. That everyone's becoming Yuji's family by the end of the fight.
今動けるのは私たちだけ歌姫先生の準備ができるまで時間を稼ぐよ
メッセンジャーなんて虎杖裕二一人でこと足りるでしょ光呪法束縛
Well, of course, he'd be, or they would be, saying that they only need to save Yuji because Yuji holds Sukuna, and we know that they're loyal to Sukuna as well. Who just pushed their way in between?
久しぶりだねゲト君
Well, I guess everyone was here, because I just referenced her earlier. Bicycle Girl.
どんな女がタイプだい
つくもゆき
Ah, damn it. Here's the thing. I have no fucking idea what her power set is either. Because it never got shown. Because it's always been talking or, you know, like Todo's first memory of having seen her. Well, I guess that answers the fact that it couldn't have, well, could still have been her on the phone and that she took the time to travel here. This seems very unlikely. But again, everyone that I mentioned as being possibly on the phone is now here. Not that the phone call had anything to do with what I was talking about. But I guess what's happening is too important for even somebody who's sitting out of it or has somewhat opposing viewpoints to what's going on both sides to stay out of it. And I know people are going to disagree with me, but I disagree with them. So take that with what you will. Anyway. I mean, it's a good episode. It was very good fight choreography. Very enjoyable to watch. Choso came back, which was a complaint of mine since Choso vanished. So, least you get to see that.
誰かの幸せと誰かの幸せがぶつかってそこから不幸が生まれるわけだけど不幸と不幸がぶつかっても大概不幸しか生まれないんだなこれが次回渋谷事変閉門今日はもうあったかい布団で寝よう
It is a weird setup, though, to the final episode, because I'll either expect more or resolution. And they said, what's the name? Urahime is setting something up. So clearly, we're either releasing Gojo here at the very end, or we're setting up for a final confrontation or event to take place in a new third season, because I think that's been an announcement. I don't have anything like I did with Mushoku Tensei, but I believe that's been an announcement that there's going to be a third season. So, and I mean, obviously there's got to be manga content for a third season already out there. And plus, Sukuna Unresolved, what's his name there, brought up the idea that Yuji should be sacrificed, that he's already past the point of being able to control Sukuna, which is the whole point of keeping him alive, to eat as many fingers as possible so that we can kill Yuji, so we can get rid of Sukuna. I don't know. I don't know what comes next other than more fight. And I think we know all the players at play here because they're on the field. And the element that I don't know what her power set is, Yuki's, is going to be interesting. Because again, it's the inspiration, or it's the person that inspired my two favorite characters. Like, I still really like Geto from, say, movie backwards to season 1. Toto is still my favorite character. And she's the one that basically got into a conversation, or Toto saw her, anyway, whatever, and created them into what they are now. So I have to be excited to see the inspiration for my two favorite characters go out and do a thing. I hope it doesn't let me down, because I have built myself up for many an episode before, or many of an encounter, where it never played out the way that I wanted it to. So the most disappointing thing you can do is set yourself up to want a thing to happen, and the writers of the show never thought what you were thinking. Either way, good episode. It's funny. Joso, he's in the same brain rot that Toto has. It feels like an inversion on the Naruto thing, where even in the movies or filler episodes, everyone falls in love with Naruto after they fight him. I guess if you're sampling from all of the major shonens, there you go. But that's all I really got off the top of my head at the end of the episode. It might be an element that there's too much going on, and my brain is a cup, and it spilleth over with thoughts, and it's not focusing on any one thing. So, unless there's some questions going on in the comment section, we might be wrapping up here with this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Because otherwise... Alright, well, I guess not. So, right, I guess we're going to go ahead and end it here for this episode, with only the final episode left to go. I have been Theta. This has been Stone-Faced Reactions. We will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?